Oun Abbas saying here for Seconds Out, here with Triple D, Daniel Dubois. Daniel, fight week is here after this topsy-turvy year that we've had. A lot of fight cancellations, rearrangements happening. How great does it feel that you've got a green band, your opponent's got a green band, and everything seems to be going ahead now?
So, it's a long time coming. I'm finally here. It's getting real now, and I'm ready to, get rough when I have to, and, put on a show.
I just wanted to talk about the opposition team. There's been a lot of talk from Sam Jones and Joe Joyce, sort of going through your older fights, especially that Kevin Johnson fight. They keep pulling that one out, especially in that face-to-face that you did on BT Sport, saying that you were headhunting all the time, and it seems that you're limited in what you do. What would you?
Going back to that fight, I was just I needed, maybe a more mature head on me, and I would have stopped Kevin Johnson. But it is what it is. It was a learning experience, and I've taken it on, a lesson now that I've learned, and I'll never, perform like, it was all right fight. I didn't perform great, but for the time it was, I'm a different animal now, and we will see a complete different fighter.
I want to talk about training at the new Peacock gym. I was reading through, I think it was an interview you did with The Independent, and you said it's got a real old school buzz about it.
Yeah.
You're training on a farm, you're running on a farm, you're pulling weights, flipping tires, something out of a Rocky movie. But how is that sort of going for you? How's the new setup for yourself?
It's good, it's different, to get out of London and, at the crank. It was a good gym, the old gym, but we needed, it's a new start, isn't it? And now we're here. It's perfect timing, for this big fight, to get away from everyone and just be in the gym focused on my job at hand.
Talking about taking it old school, you've also said that fighting behind closed doors might actually suit you. There's no riffraff, there's no crowd, there's no one to influence you. Just tell me why that's the case.
It's gonna be just me and him. It's all business. I've got to be there in my mind from the start straight away. There won't be no live hype or distractions there on the night in person. So it's gonna be a rough and ready fight, and I'm ready for it.
One thing I noticed from a line that took from the face-off that you guys had was that you're going to finish his career. He's not going to be the same fighter after you've sort of faced him on Saturday night. What makes you think that? What makes you think that after you're done with him, is it going to be one of them devastating knockouts that maybe he won't really come back from?
Maybe, who knows? I'm sure he could come back again, though. This is not necessarily could be the case. Words are said, in the moment. This is a fight, so my intentions and everything else is to go out there and destroy him. So what will be. But I'm 100% looking forward to go out there and rumble and do my job.
How much of a carrot dangles for you when you've got this WBO spot and you're sort of retaining that spot? We know that Anthony Joshua could vacate the title, which puts yourself as number 2 with Usyk as number 1. How much of a big carrot is that dangling for you at the moment?
It's part of the it's part of the game, and I'm glad that we're moving forward towards it really quickly. It's been interesting journey so far in my career. I've been picking up these belts, so if that materializes, then I know what it's all for. Winning the WBO belts and stuff. So they put me high in their rankings. So this is the fight to determine whether or not I'm fighting for a world title in my next fight even.
When you hear all these pundits talk about you being world level, if you win this fight, you're going to push on to world level, and we're talking about the WBO spot. But how do you sort of pull the reins in to make sure that you're not getting ahead of yourself, that you only concentrate on Joe Joyce and whatever fights in front of you?
I know what I'm here for. I know, this is every move I've made in my career is for these sort of moments and these sort of fights. So my mind is fully focused on the fight and at nothing else at hand. I can't be, swerved and, pull my attention to a side. This is a single-minded job, and I'm ready. It's tunnel vision for it.
What happens on Saturday night?
Devastating performance, a devastating win for me, and victory. I can't wait for it. It's bubbling right now. Really want to get out there and shine and, light up the place. But it's going to be, a hectic, great night of boxing.
Just before I let you go, one final question from myself. When you first turned professional, I interviewed you. I asked you about your inspirations in boxing. You said Mike Tyson. On the same night that you fight, Mike Tyson comes back in an exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. What do you make of this? You know, people in boxing have got sort of a mixed opinion on it, but what do you make of the whole thing?
I think it's good. You know, if it's bringing in bucks for them both, and big bucks it will be, and you know, great views and everything. Why not? This is what they've done their whole lives. They're both two legends in the ring, and you know, if one of them, you know, they know the risk they're taking, so it should. I think it's all right.
Challenge you both. Thank you very much for talking to Seconds Out. Good luck on your fight on Saturday night. Thank you very much.